bit of research coming out about binge watching and depression, and there's a link being made here. Can you explain what that's all about?
Yes. Well, what happens is that, our bodies, we have rhythms that we go through during the day. And if we don't address those rhythms, then we feel a little bit hopeless, and then we get too comfortable with not facing our daily necessities of living our lives. So there are many levels that create depression from being too involved with technology. One thing is the blue light. This light that is on when you're going to sleep keeps you from sleeping. And then again, in the morning, instead of a cup of coffee, it does even a better job. So if you really want to wake up, you put on your computers, you watch television, and that will give you that boost. So, here we are in this generation where the younger generation is really relying on this kind of virtual reality where they have friends through this that don't come over anymore, where they have control, where they wouldn't have in the life situations. So it gives them a feeling of power, but also it keeps them from getting out there. So they're more obese than the other generations, and I hate to say this, it's very sad, but their longevity is at stake as well.
And what should we do to sort of break that cycle then? I mean, have you got some ideas or some tips?
Well, it's an addiction like any other addiction. It's something that needs to sort of be looked at and say, what am I getting out of this? When do I really need this? We are in this generation, again, when we go out publicly, people are texting each other. They're not even aware of who's around them. The other day, I was taking I have younger kids as well, for some frozen ice cream, yogurt, and everybody was texting. I didn't feel I should have spent all that money. I could have left them at home, and no one was, connecting to each other anyway out there. So that was disappointing. So I think sort of reassessing the quality of our life, which means an hour a day, okay, that's acceptable. But once we sit down in front of that computer and we're pulled in, we do forget the time. So 10 o'clock in the morning is when our brains are most alert. That's a good time to think of new ideas, to make some changes for the day. By 1 o'clock, we're already going down in more of a slump. And by 3 o'clock, we really need to have some downtime. So maybe at 3 o'clock to be entertained by something in the media or work on one of your computer games, that's fine. But if it has a place, and absolutely, studies have shown that at night everything needs to be turned off an hour before you go to sleep.
Good rule. I try to enforce that with my kids too. So it sometimes doesn't work. But
well, if you scream loud enough, maybe.
Exactly.
That's about what it takes.
Perfect. Great. I think that's all I'll need unless you want to add something.
I just feel that we're not able to connect to other people the same way we did before, because we used to be able to read people. We used to be able to step aside for different situations. That's another show calling me, believe it or not. But that's really what we need to do. We need to be able to convert our energy into something that's going to make a difference in our reality rather than in this virtual zone that we put ourselves into.